WABG, the Delta's leading news source.
Thanks for joining us here on the ABC 6 News webcast. I'm Tanya Carter on this Monday, January 21st, 2013. Well, Myrlie Evers-Williams is calling on Americans to work together to build on the nation's progress in her invocation for President Barack Obama's inaugural ceremony. The widow of slain civil rights activist Medgar Evers' message of inclusion for the inaugural ceremonies comes 50 years after her husband was gunned down in the driveway of his Mississippi home. The inauguration falls on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Evers-Williams is a distinguished scholar at Alcorn State University. She was chairwoman of the NAACP from 1995 to 1998. Well, in Cleveland today, members of the community coming together to celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. Marching bands, cheerleaders, churches, and organizations from Bolivar County making their way down North Street for the 13th annual MLK Parade. 16 vehicles, 6 churches, and around 50 kids taking part, including University Women, AKA, and the East Side Cheerleaders. Now, some trucks playing the iconic I Have a Dream speech on their speakers, others waving flags and flyers with MLK's image on them. The day holding particular significance for many because of the inauguration of President Obama.
The King's legacy means that we should be people of action. We should be serving our community. We should be doing things to help others to make sure we have a strong United States of America. So when we get out on this day, we're making sure that people remember what he stood for, what he worked hard for, so that we can instill it in our children, and hopefully they will instill it in their children and keep the legacy going.
We're celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy and what he stood for, and also the inauguration of Barack Obama. Yes.
The parade finishing up at United Baptist Church Life Center on White Street. Meanwhile, the parade was followed by the annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Program sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Bolivar County. The theme of the program, the dream is alive, but the vision is perishing. The Reverend Randolph Seals had opening remarks, followed by performances by Eric and Shara Edwards and the East Side High School Choir. Senator Willie Simmons also speaking about the significance of the day.
The celebration of the birthday of Dr. King and the inauguration of President Obama to be on the same day, it is just historical, and it's something for America to look at and be extremely proud of, and especially our young black citizens who oftentimes are looked at and challenged as to whether or not they can be successful in life, and to have, again, the memory of Dr. King and the inauguration of President Obama is truly amazing.
Now, the president's inauguration was shown on the big screen television in the auditorium following the program. Well, Grenada residents are remembering the dream Dr. King left behind.
I've had some weary days, and some sleep.
Communities and countries.
Now, this morning was Grenada's annual MLK Unity Prayer Breakfast. Today's theme is Remember, Celebrate, Act. A day on, not a day off. About 100 people attending the prayer breakfast, singing, prayer, and scripture reading made up most of the event's program. A group of Boys and Girls Scout troops also did a tribute to Sandy Hook Elementary students. District 13 State Senator Willie Simmons was the keynote speaker. Now, organizers say this event is a way for everyone in the community to come together. And following the prayer breakfast, Grenada held its annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day Parade.
You've been watching the Delta's #1 news source.